Hey, what the hell's going on, you guys? It is Stupid Player Negative AE, and welcome back to When They Cry. Last we left off, we had just finished the entire chapter. We went a little bit crazy in this chapter, and shit happened. Today, we're gonna go through the extra story, and last chapter it was pretty long, so I'm expecting it to be, well, not pretty long, but like 30 minutes, 40 minutes long, so we'll see how. All cast review session. I don't want a character jump.
日暮の泣く頃に水綿流しを最後までお楽しみいただき誠にありがとうございました。
Alright,
今
after
度のシナリオはいかがだったでしょうか。ちょっぴりでもお楽しみいただければ幸いです。ちょっぴりも何もまた大々バッドエンドですわ。プンプンでございますことよ。プンプンなのです。
いやー、みんなお疲れ。まあ終わり方こそあれだったけど、今回のシナリオは事実上ミオン編みたいなもんだったんじゃない？
It definitely was a Mion chapter.
私大活躍で大満足。にゃはははは。
あんなの大活躍とは言いませんですわ。私もリカも殺されちゃったですのよ。しかもサトコはただのとばっちりなのですよ。
I know. Satoko was just a side character the entire time.
あんな死に方嫌なのですな。
I like Satoko.
ほら泣かないで。みーちゃんメインのお話だったようにサトコちゃんメインのお話もあるんだから今から楽しみだね。
Best girl is Shion though. Satoko would definitely get attacked by a crowd of balloon.
そうなのいや。みーちゃん悪ふざけが過ぎるとレナもちょっとだけ怒るよ。みーがぺったんこなのです。なでなでしたくても頭がわからないのです。
What?
あ、膨らんできましたわ。無節操な体ですのね。
いやあみんなお疲れさ。
What's up?
また遅れて申し訳ありませんね。
富武さんにおいしさどうもお疲れ様でした。あれ
Kano-san and Shion-chan.
もちろん来てますよ。
Hey, best
今日はお
girl.
招きいただきありがとうございますね。ここ座ってもいい？
どうぞですわよ。
Best fucking girl right there.
これだけ一堂に集まると圧巻ね。どうかお手柔らかに。
Okay.
じゃあ始めてもこれで全員かな。ケイチを除けば全員なのです。
Freaking Keiichi, dude. Always late to these
前
things,
原
dude.
さんは相変わらず収録が終わってなくて、早々に次回シナリオの台本読みなんですか？
気の毒な話。私たちだけで盛り上がっちゃ悪い気がする。高野さん、そんなの気にしなくていいんです。こういう時は思いっきり盛り上がった方がかえって気を使わせないもんなんです。
それもそうですわね。せっかくこれだけ集まったのにお通夜じゃつまらないですわ。
じゃあケイチ君には悪いけど僕たちでやらせてもらおうか。
Serves him right. He's
決
late.
まりだね。じゃあみんなコップコップ。炭酸が嫌いな人いる？
大人の皆さんにはアルコールもありますよ。
リカちゃんは何を飲む？ブドウジュース？オレンジジュース？
みー、富武のと同じ泡麦茶がいいのです。コーラコーラみんなここ持ちましたですの？早く乾杯しないとジュースがぬるくなってしまいますわ。
Yes.
おねえ、温度は誰が取るの？レナでいいでしょ。
Shion should do
じ
it.
ゃあレナよろしく。
Brenda's gonna do it anyway,
で
though.
はみんな綿流し終了。お疲れ様でした。
お疲れ様でした。
Clap. That was a good
じゃあみんな揃った感じね。
chapter, kind of. Except for the end. I hated the end of it. The first one had a good ending. Second one, it was an alright ending.
また今回のシナリオを議論
It gave us a lot of information. So I mean that's a good part. Shall we debate the story? Yeah.
そうですね。じゃ る人はいますか？
I have lots of things to say. An honest opinion was the story this time was not an answer chapter.
犯人はミオンさん。
The criminal was Mion-san.
諸悪の根源は全部その崎家。それで決着でございませんの？そうだね。
Yes. Well,
み
kind
ー
of.
ちゃんは犯人じゃないって信じてたんだけどな。
大穴ですよ。こんなのは前回の鬼隠しから十分予想できたことじゃないですか。
Yeah, kinda.
むしろ予想通りすぎて呆れちゃうくらいですよ。
そうですね。
It's a different universe, though. I wonder if they'll bring that
前
up.
回のシナリオをプレイされた方の予想の大多数と合致するんじゃないでしょうかね。
みんなの期待通りの展開になったみたいなのです。
It's not so true. It went how I knew Mion was a demon. I knew like shit was gonna happen along those lines, but like the story did not go exactly as I expected it.
じゃあこれで日暮らしの泣く頃にスイのメインシナリオは全ての元凶はみーちゃんの園崎家で決まり？
They're gonna bring up some like
そうかしら。
they're gonna bring up some shit.
これで園崎家犯人説はなくなったと思ってるくらいだけれど。あ、高野さんと意見が合いました。私も同じ意見。私はタタリなんか信じないけど、でも少なくとも園崎家が真犯人である確率は薄くなったと思ってるね。
どうしてなの？だってみーちゃんがみんなを殺したって
Yeah, but Shion is still was still.
そうですか？私とリカを殺しておいて今さら犯人じゃないなんてどういう意味なんですの？
別に煙に巻くつもりはないよ。たださ、私ミオンが全ての犯人だとするにはいろいろと無理が多いんだよ。ちょ
Okay.
っと考えればすぐわかるよ。
If you think about it a little, you'll get it. Well, I mean, there's the idea that Mion came back to life. It's not okay. If they're bringing up this, then maybe they're talking about the demon. How like the demon is behind everything.
僕は園崎家犯人説の近からずぜひミオンちゃんの説が聞きたいね。
Let's go. Let's hear
で
it.
はご拝聴。ラストで私がさ、過去の事件に自分は全て関与している、あそこで感じた大きな違和感が根拠かな。
You know what? If you do think about it a little, something doesn't make sense. Well, because Mion can't have been the only one, because the murder reports report multiple people attacking people.
だって考えてみない。過去の事件が園崎家の起こしたものならすごいことだよ。だってどれもほぼ完全犯罪でしょ。園崎家以外の犯人や事故で決着するという。そりゃそうでしょう。だって大きな力を持つ園崎家が暗躍してるんだもの。完全犯罪なんてお茶の子さいさいでしょ。そこが違和感なんだよ。過去4年間園崎本家の気配を全く感じさせずに、あれだけ上手に人を殺したり消したりしてきたんだよ。
Didn't even let out a hint that they were behind it.
そこへ行くと5年目の事件はすごくチープなんだよ。手当たり次第に片っ端から消して殺して、しかも園崎家とのつながりは簡単にカンパできちゃうしさ。
Good point. Good fucking point.
そう言われてみればそうだね。
It was really obvious the last time. Yeah, I get you.
タタリとも犯罪ともつかない不思議な連続事件だったけど、
That is a good ass point that I didn't think about.
今回の5年目の事件だけはすごく乱暴だったもんね。
It suddenly got real suspicious towards the Sonozaki family at this like last year,
何を
you
言っ
know?
てるのかよくわかりませんわ。リカにはわかります？つまり園崎家が本当に犯人なら5年目の事件も
Yeah.
もっともっと上手にやったと言っていい。
That's a good point.
そう思うんですよ。
That's a good point.
私とリカを殺したのはミオンさんではなく、ミオンさんに取り付いた鬼の仕業だったってことですの？
Well, hold on. if Oryu disappeared, right, and Oryu's gone, then maybe that means that like she was kind of like making everything. I don't know.
ほらほら
That might be too convenient of an answer. I was thinking maybe Oryu was the one that was making everything clean, and then when Oryu disappeared. However, Oryu disappeared. We still don't have a lot of information. We've gotten information, but we still don't have a lot of information. It's basically like the end of each chapter is giving us a little bit more
やっぱり
information.
前回の私の予想通りミオンさんは悪い人じゃなかったのですわ。そうそうレナもサトコちゃんも何かが取り付いて悪いことをしてるって言ってたの。じゃあやっぱり私たちの説は正しかったの。
私も前回から引き続きたたり説ですが、今回のシナリオでさらに確信を深めました。
I'm with Oishi-san on this one. Like, pretty much hands down.
ラストのラストで私が目撃されていたにもかかわらず、その数日前に死んでいたという
Yes.
高野さんやミオンさんの情報。
あらあら
Okay.
前回は弱かったたたり派が今回は随分強気ね。
I was not incompetent last time.
人間犯人説の皆さんには反論はない。
I bet you what they do in this next one is they try to like stray away from demons and then See, as much as I think that it's
前
demons,
回人間犯人説だったのは確かみーちゃんにリカちゃんそれから富武さんでしたよね。では張り切って反論をお願いします。
yeah.
参ったな。うまい言葉が思いつかないな。
たたり派の根拠の一つが合わない死亡時刻なんですよね。じゃあそのトリックを崩せれば人間犯人説は立証できるわけですね。
No, it wouldn't. That's false logic. Just because you can disprove one theory doesn't mean that there's another way that it could happen. But go ahead, disprove it.
シオンには何かいい反論があるの？
Because I would like to have that disproved if possible.
まあ一応でも私人間犯人説ではお姉と同じ意見ですけど園崎家が主犯だと思ってる点ではお姉とは違いますよ。それでもよければ反論してみせますけど。
なんでも結構でこれがたたりじゃないというならその証拠を示してごらんなさいませ。
And there's dead people walking around? There's dead people walking around. Like, it's only the work of demons. I mean, if I look at it from a storytelling point of view, it sounds like he's trying to, now that he's reinforced the idea that there's demons, he's trying to now make that the twist. Before going into this, it was are there demons or not? And he was pushing demons so hard that it was like, oh well, there's got to be demons, of course. Now it's almost like you're pushing something too hard, and it's starting to fade. But I still think that it's demons. So
シオンちゃん
I don't know. I still think it's demons, but I'm starting to see that maybe he's trying too hard to push demons. So that way at the end he can use that as a twist. Because if he makes it more and more real that maybe so you see someone floating in one of the chapters and shit like that, like you're gonna think that okay, boom, demons, there's proof right there, and then you're gonna think that there's demons, but then if I don't know, it's hard for me to
さっ
explain.
きから話題になってるミオンちゃんは事件当日に井戸に落ちて死んでいたにもかかわらずズバリ園崎姉妹共犯説です。
I don't believe this theory.
理由は簡単。
I see where this is going. I don't believe it.
だってお姉はあの時点でもう死んでるんですからケイちゃんをさせるのは私しかいないんです。私がお姉の変装してケイちゃんを刺す。そして実質へ戻り幽霊との取っ組み合いの狂言をして飛び降り自殺。
強いて言えばこの場合のミオンちゃんは泥をかぶる役だね。村長さんたちに直接手を下しシオンちゃんはただの被害者の形にする。 そして
I
井戸の中に姿を隠していれば、変装したシオンちゃんが神出鬼没にいくらでも殺人を犯せるって寸法さ。
I don't believe this.
だとすると、ミオンさんにとっての誤算は死体が見つかってしまったことと、隠れているだけのつもりが死んでしまったこと。
I see. It's hard because they're presenting the only piece, the only. Yeah, this is a valid theory. It's a valid theory, but I don't believe it. Then Mion-san made two mistakes. The first was recording, and the second was dying when she only planned to hide.
ってことになるわけですね。
あれれれ、確かになんとなく辻褄が合うような。
でもやっぱり納得できないでしょ。過去の完全犯罪の華麗さと違いすぎるもの。その計画、たとえうまくいってもミオンは悪役でしょ。一生隠れて、あるいはシオンのふりをしたりして生きていかなきゃならないんで窮屈すぎ。こんなの完全犯罪とは言わないって。
つまり
I mean, she's
死ぬ
not.
にせよ消えるにせよ、ミーはいなくなってしまうわけなのです。
Yeah, she's not wrong. Like they were perfect crimes before, and now they're just like sloppy crimes. Why? Why is that the case? That's a good point. That's like the first good point. Rika-chan.
つまり園崎ミオンが表舞台からいなくなるのは彼女らのシナリオの一部だと思うわけです。
Means we should consider that Miyazaki-san's like.
だからラストでミオンはポンポンと過去の事件の罪を、全部の事件の責任を一身に引き受けて退場。そうすることで過去の事件の真犯人を隠蔽できる。
So, I think that
つまり今年の事件はチープなんかじゃなく、過去の事件を丸ごと完全犯罪にするための締めくくりの事件、そういう位置づけになるのかな。
一番疑われてる園崎家の若き当主が全てを自白して死す彼女、もしくは園崎家以外の真犯人にとってこれほど美味しい結末はないってことになるのかしらね。
話が全然わかりませんのよ。ミオンさんが罪をかぶるってどういう意味ですの？
I like how she's like the talk to me like I'm 5.
犯人なんてないんですの？つまりね、連続開始事件の真犯人が別にいるの。その人を守るためにみーちゃんが過去の事件も全て自分が起こした嘘の告白をしたってみんなは言ってるの。
Oh, that's also an interesting theory, actually. I'm trying to think. Rena was surprisingly nice in this chapter, so Mion dying to protect Rena would be interesting. That would be a sick like plot point. But I.
これは劇中のセリフになりますが、確かにちょっと説得力を感じます。
真の犯人をごまかすために起こした事件、それが私。さらに言えばその真の犯人は園崎家以外の存在だと思ってるんだけどね。
These are all valid points. These are all good points.
4年
But the writer is telling me these points, which is why I'm suspicious of them.
さらに守るためにミオンちゃんが起こした捜査か乱の。
そういうことです。鬼隠しのシナリオで名前だけ登場した監督ってのがかなり怪しいかな。
That is suspicious, yeah.
すごいです。実に辻褄が合いますのですよ。
私はそれでも園崎家プラス姉妹が犯人だと思ってますけどね。御三家による古いしがらみを断ち切るために姉妹が起こした過去の清算のための事件、それが私の推理です。
過去の清算ってのはつまり暗躍の歴史に終止符を打つため、御三家の罪を最後の当主のミオンが全てかぶり、姉妹揃って退場したってことだね。
そういうことです。私たち姉妹が悩みに悩み抜いた末に選んだ悲しい物語だったというわけです。できすぎですね。
すごいです。 実に辻褄が合いますですよ。あれあれ、なんだかリカちゃんにも意見がありそうだ。リカちゃんもどうぞ。では皆さんに質問なのです。ケイイチはどうして刺されなければいけないのですか？
Okay.
いいか、そんなのは決まってますわよ。入っちゃいけない細具店に勝手に入ったから決まってますわ。
Well, I think it's because, well, Mion warned him not to go near that girl or go near her
思
anymore.
い返すと、他のシナリオでも死んだ富武さんと高野さんの死もきっと
Yes.
細具殿に忍び
It's
込んだせい
100%
ってこ
why
と
they
なん
died.
でしょうな。ありゃ
おかしなことになってきたわね。
おかしなことって何がですか？あ、レナさん、そうですわ。思い出してくださいませ。そうなのです。例えば鬼隠しのシナリオではケイイチは細具殿には忍び込んでいないのに命を狙われているのです。
Yes. I think. Yes. Okay. I think it was because we were talking with Oishi-san and they didn't like Oishi-san, and Oishi-san was telling me the curse, and I was like investigating. I was like a hidden thing.
さあきっとほらひなみ沢はよそ者を嫌うんだろ。だからケイチ君も命を狙われた。
Yes.
それはおかしいでしょう。だったらケイちゃんの両親だって襲われていいはず。
Yeah, but it was specifically because he was talking with Oishi-san about trying to dismantle their shit.
どう見ても両親に危機が迫っていた。今回だけでなく他のシナリオでも。
さあさあ、人間犯人説のケイイチさんが狙われる理由がちゃんと説明できませんと人間が犯人と立証できませんでしたよ。
I think. I still think it's demons. I still think it's demons.
でもたたり説だとしても、やはり前原さんが前回も今回も襲われる理由が分かりませんけどね。
Hmm.
もう一息で解明できそうだったけど、やっぱり謎はたくさん残ってるみたいだね。
ケイイチ君以外の人の死には何かしら理由が見つけられるんだけど、ケイ
Both this time and last time? Yes, we can. This time he went into the ritual storehouse. Last time it's a little vague, but like it's because he was talking with
細
Oishi-san.
具殿に踏み入るのとは無関係に狙われてる。
では今回だけではなく他のシナリオでも殺される。
なるほど。他のシナリオと今回の前原さんの行動に共通項が見つけられれば。
ざっとシナリオを読み比べたけど、ケイチ君なり細具殿の一件さえ除けばケイチ君の日々の暮らしに不審な点。
ケイイチ君、今回と他のシナリオの時に何をやったのかな。殺されるような悪いこと。迷った時には本人に聞いてみるのが一番なのですよ。
ほほう、俺が一人寂しく次回の台本読みをしている間にみんなはそういう話題で盛り上がっほう
というわけなの。だからね、ケイイチ君の自分の胸に聞いてみてほしい。
ケイちゃん、殺されるようなどんな悪いことをやったわ。
私にいつも働いている狼藉のせいに違いないですわ。僕に時々危ない視線を向けて妄想に浸っている顔は
そうそう、年頃の女の子たちに囲まれて毎日幸せってのがそもそもの罪のような気がするな。
それは確か前原さん、実に羨ましい主人公役ですよ。たまには変わってください。
まあ確かにあれだけ役得がいろいろあれば最後にちょっと。
というわけでケイイチさん、あなたの犯した罪を思い出しまして。
Jesus Christ.
今
I
回
forgot.
他のシナリオでも
They hadn't done an explosion in a long time. I forgot. The horror.
清く正しく生きてる俺がいつもラストはひどい目に。その上さらにこれは何かの暴力だ。
かわいそうかわいそうです。今度頭をなでなでしてあげますですよ。
今回のシナリオを読んだ上で改めて鬼隠しを読むべきかな。私はミオンの立場になって綿流しを読み返してみるよ。
No. No, we should not go back and read Onokakushi, because here's the problem, is like, this is just a different scenario. These two stories could be completely unrelated. That's my problem with this, is like, nothing is similar about these two stories. So the last world could be completely different. Like the people, I think the mistake is going back and reading Onokakushi and trying to compare it to Watanagashi, because they are no similar.
ケイちゃんの立場で読んだ時とは違う発見があるかもね。
There could be a completely different rule set on why people get murdered in the first one than why people get murdered in this one. So you have to treat this one as like its own game.
私は
Unless
鬼の
there's...
仕業だとずーっと思ってますのよ。
Yeah, pretty much. See, Satoko, this is why I like Satoko.
すべての現象とトリックはすべて鬼で説明がつきますのよ。
It's true though. It's true. All the events can be
なんだか
explained.
稲妻みたいなのです。
It's kind of like you don't know the rules, you don't know what's going on. There's the mention of there's a heavy. It's not like it's a small mention of demons, like, oh, there might be demons. No, it's a heavy emphasis on demons, which is now making me think that maybe there aren't demons. But I'm still until I get like major evidence telling me that there's no demons, I am on the demon like freaking road, like all the way.
プレイしてくださった皆さんはぜひ先に進む前にいろいろと推理してみてくださいね。
Through the mail, is there an address? All right. Is that end or is that halfway? I don't know. I think that's end. I don't think there's a halfway for extra story. All right. That's a bit of a shorter episode today, but I got a lot of information. I don't know if it was a lot of information. The problem with the extra stories is not like they're fun, but it's a lot of information that the writer is telling you to do. So you got to take everything that the writer is saying to you with a grain of salt, and kind of. It seems like Satoko is being ridiculous, saying that everything can be explained with a demon. But I really think that that's even more reason to be like, yeah, there's demons, because he's trying to make it seem like ridiculous that there's like, oh, a demon can explain everything. It's like, yeah, it can. I feel like I'd be more surprised if it wasn't demons than if it was demons. But I mean, we'll see what happens. It's cool that there's still not a definitive answer. I said it before when they mentioned Onkakushi. I don't think going back and reading the first chapter is of any help right now. Not knowing how the first story connects to the second, or if it does at all. It's just a different scenario. And if I'm correct, then the third one will start in a completely other scenario. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to get into it on the next episode, I'm sure. But it's a lot of like... there's a lot of things wrong with saying that there's humans. The cool... I like the theory that Shion had. It was a good like counter argument. It's like, well, what if the Sonozaki sisters are working together? Maybe. But I don't think so. I don't know. And they bring up a very, very good point that all the other murders were like real hard to tell where they were from. blah blah blah. You didn't know who it was in the city. It was very like, who is this? Who's doing this? And then for some reason, like I'm like I'm like, Keiichi Maebara isn't the smartest dude, but you're telling me that he's able to super sleuth. Him and Rena are able to like to super sleuth everything. Like this year, like that doesn't make any sense. Also, when they bring up the fact that why did Keiichi-kun die, I think, and they brought up something interesting where they said, well, what was different? Like, what did Keiichi-kun do in the first one that warranted him to die, and what was the thing that he did in the second one, because it wasn't the ritual storehouse. But I think that it was the ritual storehouse the second time. Um, they they also they also mentioned that like it was because that he didn't give the doll to her, and that was why the demon awoke. And why would Mion say that stuff about a demon? No one is of right mind in this. I think Insult had said something to this degree where he was like, no one is in their right mind. Everybody's kind of off, like as far as like their shit goes. So it could be, and I don't know if I'm dreading an ending where it's like Keiichi's crazy, oh good old Keiichi being crazy again. Like that's him. That's how the story ends. I don't know if I want that. Like, cause that's, cause you could make any sort of story and then just end it with, oh, he's crazy, and that's why everything's explained. And I guess you could say the same thing about demons doing it too. It's like, oh, well, demons did everything, and it would be more satisfying to hear like exactly how a human did it, and kind of like get all that connection. I think that would be a cool thing, but it would also kind of be cool to have like a Keiichi against all odds versus supernatural demons that can like do whatever. I think that might be a cool plot point. This game has a lot of love, or I mean, I guess the game in the anime has a lot of love. A very niche viewer base, I guess. So there's got to be something about it that, because when I remember I watched Mirai Nikki, that was like a while ago, long time ago. That was like one of my, it was like one of my first like favorite animes that like I was like, oh, I love this. And I'm not gonna spoil anything, but like that you never knew what that show was going to throw. You never knew what kind of punches they were going to throw at you, and it was so I loved it so much. Like I don't know. It was a fun idea, and the punches that they threw at you were totally unexpected. Like I remember like almost every other episode, I was like, what the fuck. Um. So for this game to kind of be like a classic and have still people like Nerd and Insult watching it again, even though they've already seen the stuff, there has to be something. There's got to be something. There's got to be something in here that makes you go, what? I've there's been a couple of those moments like so far, but I think in the long run, in like the long run of things, there's got to be something that either one connects all the stories together, which I doubt. I doubt that there's going to be like, oh, time travel. Maybe it's just see. I would love to get an explanation of why we're getting different scenarios and not like a classic like chapter 1, chapter 2 story. Like it would have been so easy just to go, here's the story start to finish, blah blah blah. Maybe that's what it's doing. Maybe I'm not getting an important piece of information somewhere, and like that's what's confusing me. Because it could be just that, like I'm invincible or something, or like some shit happens and like I forget everything the next thing, or like the world resets every time this happens or some shit. The addition of Shion was amazing in this one. She played a very minor role. Like, well, I mean not very minor, but like She was kind of like a very mysterious person because she was someone new that we didn't even really know it was her for like half the game. And then when she was introduced as her own character, they pretty much immediately got rid of her. Like after she was introduced as her own character, it was just kind of like boom, immediately gone. So I don't know. I'm trying to think back. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what happens in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked this video, please hit the like button. It always helps me out. Freaking like 4 or 5 likes. Oh my goodness, dude. Thank you guys so much. And then subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'm doing a channel revamp. I'm going to make an announcement on my channel to like do a channel revamp thing. You guys will see. It's not gonna. We're still gonna be uploading this and stuff like that. But I do want to change up my banner. Maybe my thumbnail. Although I really like my thumbnail, so I'd have to change it to something I like just as equally. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. Anyway, enough about my channel. Enough about me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next episode of this, where we probably jump into a new scenario. I can't imagine, especially if Keiichi is reading lines again, and Keiichi's supposedly like. I mean, I guess it's not confirmed if he's dead or not, so he could just like come out of the hospital. But like, I'm pretty sure that he got like tortured and died. It also doesn't make any sense why Mion was under the bed unless I just went crazy at the end, which it seemed like I was crazy at the end. I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know. Anything could happen. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. See you guys in the next episode, and peace out, you guys.